Have you ever wondered what life would be like if we lived underwater? Picture this: a sprawling aquatic metropolis where human civilization thrived not on land, but under the waves. What would change? How would humanity adapt? Get ready, because by the end of this video, you won't look at the ocean the same way again. It's time to dive deep into the world where humans live underwater. First, let's think about the basics. The human body? Well, it's far from ideal for underwater living. Our lungs, designed for air, would be the first major hurdle. But what if, over generations, humans evolved traits similar to aquatic animals? Imagine having gills like fish, enabling us to extract oxygen directly from water. This evolutionary leap could take thousands, maybe millions of years, unless, of course, we sped up the process using genetic engineering. Bioengineers could develop synthetic gills, wearable devices, or even tweak our DNA to make this transformation far quicker. Now hold on, because adapting our bodies isn't just about gills. Temperature regulation is vital. The ocean is cold, often bone-chillingly so. We'd likely need insulating fat layers, like seals and whales have, or even high-tech suits to maintain body heat. And let's not forget vision. The murky depths of oceans would require some sort of adaptation, maybe larger eyes or an uncanny ability to see in the dark, something akin to deep-sea creatures. One thing's for sure, contact lenses as we know them wouldn't cut it down there. Okay, now that we've reimagined ourselves, let's explore our underwater homes. Forget traditional buildings. Skyscrapers are out of the question. Our cities would likely resemble giant spherical habitats or sprawling hubs built into underwater mountainsides. Designed to withstand immense water pressure and salty conditions, these underwater utopias would rely on advanced materials like carbon nanofiber. Interior spaces? They'd mimic land-based homes but with a futuristic marine twist. Think airlocks, oxygen ventilation systems, and decor incorporating vibrant coral and bioluminescent lighting. Sounds magical, right? But how would we even get the energy to power these underwater cities? Renewable energy would undoubtedly play a starring role. Wave turbines, underwater currents, and perhaps even thermal vents could be harnessed for electricity. Solar panels wouldn't exactly work if cities were deep underwater, but surface-based energy collectors stationed above could deliver power down below. The idea of living underwater becomes less science fiction and more plausible with sustainable technology. Let's talk food. Say goodbye to agriculture as we know it. Submerged life would mean growing our own food underwater. Enter aquaponics, cultivating crops and fish in closed-loop systems. Seaweed, algae, and other marine plants would dominate the menu, becoming the base for everything from nutrition bars to fancy gourmet dishes. Fishing, too, would be prevalent, though we'd need strict regulations to keep our underwater ecosystems balanced. Who knows, maybe engineered fish farms would supply most of our protein needs. So, friendships, gatherings, celebrations. Would society look anything like it does now? Well, imagine the social quirks of underwater living. Communication would be an art. Speaking underwater isn't exactly practical. The physics of sound mean that words would be muffled or distorted. We would likely evolve our languages using hand signals, body gestures, or waterproof tech devices that translate and project our speech visually or audibly. This could totally reshape our social interactions. Goodbye long phone calls, hello expressive sign languages. One major concern? Waste. Managing trash in a landless environment is an equation not even Einstein might have thought about. Recycling would be paramount in underwater civilizations. Specialized waste treatment systems would likely convert trash into energy or biodegradable materials. This wouldn't just be eco-friendly, it would be essential for survival. But it's not all smooth sailing, no pun intended. Living underwater comes with dangers that aren't just environmental. Sharks, jellyfish, or undetected water currents could harm inhabitants. Striking a balance between living in harmony and defending ourselves would probably shape a lot of underwater policies. Advanced scanning tech, maybe even underwater drones, could alert entire communities about incoming threats. But consider this for a moment. Could living underwater reduce human conflicts? Think about it. If nations were allocated water zones to colonize, would there even be borders? Without fixed territories, the idea of national borders might become obsolete, emphasizing shared resources and collective responsibility. In a way, underwater life could foster unprecedented global unity and collaboration. Another captivating thought: space exploration. Would humanity, after successfully colonizing oceans, look to the stars next? Mastering underwater environments could be practice for life support technologies on distant planets. After all, the pressures and challenges faced in the ocean's depths have parallels to the vacuum of space. Maybe living underwater is Earth's training ground for thriving beyond it. Let's not ignore the emotional aspect. What would this do to art, music, and human creativity? Underwater landscapes, moving waves, shifting rays of sunlight filtering through water, would likely inspire entire new genres of artwork. Musicians might trade traditional instruments for acoustic innovations designed to work underwater, leading to unprecedented cultural expressions. Even psychological well-being could shift. Some studies suggest water has calming effects on humans. Would living there make us more peaceful? Or would confined spaces and limited natural light bring new emotional challenges? Now, here's the million-dollar question. Why would we move underwater in the first place? Maybe rising sea levels from climate change make most terrestrial land uninhabitable. Or perhaps resource depletion on land pushes humanity to seek treasure under the waves. The ocean floor holds untapped riches, from precious metals to energy sources. Colonizing the deep blue might not just be an option, it could become a necessity for our survival. But here's the twist: nature. The ocean is its own thriving ecosystem. What would it mean for marine life if humans suddenly crashed the party? Coral reefs already struggle due to human activity. Adding permanent structures and cities would only intensify these issues. Ethical questions about conservation versus colonization would lead to heated debates. Would our underwater presence uplift or devastate oceanic ecosystems? So, where does that leave us? The dream of underwater living is both fantastical and chillingly plausible. The technology already exists in some forms. Submarines, deep-sea habitats for research. These are glimmers of what could be one day. But the big question is, would it improve humanity? Or simply move our problems underwater? Only time, and perhaps necessity, will tell. Until then, the oceans remain a vast, mysterious frontier. What do you think? Would you dive in and set up a home under the waves, or does terra firma hold all the appeal? Let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to share this video if it made you think about the possibilities. Life under the sea. It's an idea worth exploring. Thanks for watching. If you loved this video and want more what-if scenarios, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any of our deep dives into wild, thought-provoking ideas. See you in the next adventure.